What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Central, and today we are going to recap Game 2 of Round 1 where the Knicks win 104 to 101. I'm still in shock. I'm still in disbelief that they ended up pulling this win out of their ass. I'm not going to complain one bit right now about that. Holy shit, though. I'm just in shock. That ending had me fired up. Unfortunately, couldn't end up going like I was intentionally going to, but regardless, that game was unbelievable. The slow start concerned me again, but this team has something to them where they're just coming back and finding ways to win at will, even with their superstar not performing like a superstar right now in Jalen Brunson, which that's something that we are going to have to talk about, and it's an uncomfortable conversation that we don't want to have, but it's the truth because it's an important thing going forward with this team. But we're going to talk about everything. Leave a like here on the video if you enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Knick fans, and turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live on the channel next. But do we just address the elephant in the room right away with that? Because it's honestly concerning. Like, the first quarter in general, I was willing to give a bit of a pass because nobody was really shooting good at all on the Knicks. Nobody. I mean, Dante went 2 for 2 from downtown. Hart went 3 for 6 from the field. So, all right. But Brunson, 2 for 8 from the field, 0 for 2 from downtown. Off the rip, I was worried. And in general, the Knicks looked off. OG, too. Like, OG has not looked... OG didn't look at the start, at least. At least he started to find his way through the game. I felt like he got better, but the uncomfortable conversation is, of course, Brunson. I want to get it out of the way, honestly, so I could talk about all the positives of this game, because there's more positives. Outside of the second quarter, and even then, that's a reach a bit, Brunson was kind of disappointing. Now, the positive that you could take away from it is that they're up 2-0 in the series with their superstar not performing at a top-end level. The problem is, it's a little concerning that now it's 2 games in a row and you have Maxey outperforming him on the other side, and he's getting put in jail here by Tobias Harris a bit, and that's what worries me. He went 8 for 29 from the field, 1 for 6 from downtown. Nothing was falling for him. He just did not look at all like himself. And I'm not going to go full panic button yet because I don't think there's a reason to, but he needs to be better if this team wants to close out the series. It's just that simple. It's going to be hard to win this series, especially early, with Jalen Brunson performing the way that he is, because let's be honest, I mean, they pulled this win out of their ass. And I'm not going to complain because there's a lot. Josh Hart was unbelievable today. I don't know where this came from, what planet this is from, but Josh Hart today, unbelievable, grabbing boards left and right. How many boards? He had 15 boards today. Hitting pretty much every single shot. He was really good. And then Mitchell Robinson, too, making a big impact. Hartenstein, too, though, had some big blocks late in the game. I don't want to, forget about that. The big one there on Maxey at the end. OG had a big block in this game at one point as well. But yeah, like, that fourth quarter, the way that this ended was just absolutely bonkers. DiVincenzo, though, man, that 3 and seeing him hype up the crowd, turn around, and just seeing him all fired up, it gave me the goosebumps. It really did. I was fired up like crazy. And then you have Bojan Bogdanovic, too. Man. But you did have Brunson hit that clutch 3 there towards the end. So I don't want to completely bash on everything that he did, because that clutch 3 was huge. And then you get that steal from Hart, who was unbelievable. DiVincenzo with the 3, hyping up the crowd. You get the big play there to stop Maxey. It wasn't a block, but Hartenstein's presence was there. And then OG got those free throws. Game over. Game over right there. And I thought that towards the end they weren't going to win it, but I'm not going to complain that they ended up pulling this win out of their ass. A comeback Knicks win. Cardiac Knicks affair, but Josh Hart, he's the story of the game in terms of who performed the best. Hartenstein, way better game today than what we saw in game 1. Mitchell Robinson, lesser game, but I still felt he was good in the minutes that he got. I think Bojan Bogdanovic, though, needs more minutes. I gotta say it right now. And you guys know I was all critical of Bojan Bogdanovic earlier on, but I know he had an underwhelming second quarter, but give him some minutes. Like, he looked really good in that fourth quarter, and he did not get enough minutes, in my opinion. I think they need to give him more minutes, and it's a little concerning that they looked better in the non-Brunson minutes in general with this game. But again, you take what it is if they win the game. And then DiVincenzo too stepped up huge in that second half in general, though. A guy that was a little underwhelming very underwhelming, I should say, in game one. Barely even played. And then in game two here, was starting to ride the bench a bit. Didn't look good in the first half. Second half, started to be clutch. And that's what was huge. The Knicks just got the timely baskets, while Joel Embiid couldn't get the timely baskets. And that's not to knock what Embiid did today. He had a solid effort for them, and same with Maxey, but they didn't get those timely buckets like the Knicks did from DiVincenzo, like they did there from Brunson, like they did from Hart, which Hart, I mean, he was good all game on top of giving the timely buckets. That was the difference in the game, is the Knicks got those timely buckets, and that's why we're sitting here talking about them in the win column. And it's crazy to think that the whole narrative is different right now if they drop this game, with Brunson underachieving in this game, with DiVincenzo getting off to a slow start, Deuce not giving the best performance off the bench as well. We're having a different conversation, but now that they won, we're all fat and happy right now, aren't we? We are all sitting here happy with the W. But that's really all I got to say on this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Knicks fans. Turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live on the channel next. And I'll see you guys in the next one.